and live images that continue to beam in here to CNN. We're sharing them with you. You can see a large military presence there alongside diplomats and leaders from some 50 countries around the world there to pay their respects to Hugo Chavez, the Venezuelan leader known for his fiery rhetoric.
We call on Raul Castro,
the leader who died from a heart attack, complication arising from his cancer treatment. He's been ill now for more than a year, and he is going to be honored here today. They read out a long list of the countries that are in attendance. Alongside me now is our senior Latin American affairs correspondent, Rafael Romo. And Rafael, when we heard that long list of names, all the different countries that were there, Latin America has turned out for this man. Why?
It is exactly true. And what caught my attention when I saw the list of leaders that showed up is that there's a big political divide in Latin America. Those who have slowly but surely moved to the left, I'm talking about, for example, Bolivia, Argentina, Ecuador, very much so. But then you have countries that have remained either center or right. I'm talking about Colombia and Mexico. All of them, without distinction, are there in Caracas to pay their respects to President Hugo Chavez. And the political ideologies or the political differences that might have been before seem to have been erased today for the funeral of President Hugo Chavez. Now, as I look at these images, Jim, I begin to think that this is perhaps the first campaign event for Nicolás Maduro, the anointed successor of Hugo Chavez.
He has to regain, or he has to gain credibility in the eyes of the Venezuelan people. They loved this man, Hugo Chavez.
It is true. He has to gain credibility. He doesn't have the charisma that Hugo Chavez had, but he has something that nobody else has, and that is the anointing from Hugo Chavez. Before going to Cuba back in December, on December the 8th, before going for that 4th cancer surgery in Cuba, in a very public event, surrounded by all of his ministers, Chavez said, should anything happen to me and I'm unable to govern, this is the man, Nicolás Maduro, that I want to vote for. This is the man that I want as the next leader of Venezuela, should I die. And today, later on today, after all of this ceremony is concluded, at about 7 p.m. Caracas time, there will be an official act, effectively a swearing-in ceremony for Nicolás Maduro, who was the foreign minister under Hugo Chavez for 6 years. He was named the vice president after Hugo Chavez took office for a 3rd term after winning the elections in October 7. And so, for all practical purposes, the political landscape in Venezuela, Jim, is not going to change all that much. Again, elections have to be held within 30 days, but since Chavez died a martyr, you can bet your bottom dollar that Venezuelans are going to vote en masse for Nicolás Maduro.